Today we're gonna make a caprese stack sandwich. First, you're gonna need some tomatoes, some mozzarella, and some basic olive oil and vinegar, and some seasoning with salt and pepper. So after you thoroughly wash your tomatoes, you're gonna slice them into stacks. You want them to be pretty thick so that you can then layer the mozzarella right back on top. And once you get to the stem part, you can kind of just cut around it because no one really wants to eat that part. You also want to make sure that you cut the tomatoes parallel to the stem. That way it stacks nice and well. So I just want to scoop this part out. It doesn't taste very good. And you can just set that aside. Now continue on with the rest of this tomato. You can just cut a little bit off. We're not going to eat that. And continue cutting. This is a really nice tomato. Lots of good seeds. Make sure to be careful not to cut your fingers. Okay, now that your tomatoes are nicely cut, you want to move on to the mozzarella. Make sure to make some room for that on the cutting board. So now we have 2 balls of nice mozzarella. Again, you want to cut it in slices similar to the shape of the tomato. That way when you put it on the plate, it stacks easily. I like to pick a tomato that's big. That way when you stack it, you see some of the red poke through when the mozzarella is on top. Okay. You can see this is really fresh mozzarella. Now I'm gonna move on over to the plate and start plating. As you can see, this is a really simple dish, easy to make as an appetizer, as a lunch, or as dinner. I like to start off with the tomatoes along the entire plate. And then placing the mozzarella on top, about one piece for each tomato. I don't like this one. Now I'm going to season it with a little bit of salt and pepper first. So just a little salt on each one, a little bit of pepper. It enhances the mozzarella. Now I like to use this squirt olive oil because it makes it easier to put a small portion on each piece. Just 1 squirt's enough. And now I prefer glazed mozzarella, or glazed balsamic, but you could also use balsamic vinegar. I think the glaze goes on easier and adds a nice sweet touch. So you can just drizzle it on. It also makes it look pretty. And there you have your caprese stack sandwiches.